It was good everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Khan, and in today's video I got something totally different from the normal Bleach content I normally make. In today's video we're going to be talking about the leaks of the new Boruto chapter. I don't really read too many manga besides Bleach and Boruto, so I do enjoy Boruto enough to consistently read it, right? So with these new leaks, I found Boruto's new abilities to be really interesting, so I really wanted to talk about that. With that being said, let's dive into the leaks. So in the first page of the leaks, we see that the Boruto versus Code fight is about to begin. Boruto is surrounded by the new power he gained from the other side of the world, the Vortex Rasengan. We then see Code theorizing that this new ability from Boruto is like his old vanishing Rasengan, which he deems useless unless it's a surprise attack. He then activates his mark around Boruto, jumps out behind him and attacks him, which Boruto is easily able to dodge and turn around to face Code. Boruto uses the palm of his hand to attack Code, but he's able to react to this and grab his wrist with his claws and attacks Boruto with his other hand. Boruto is able to react and block to this attack with his sword. Code then tells Boruto it seems like he has a lot of confidence in that technique, and shameful for him, there's no point if it doesn't work. Boruto responds by saying, "I told you, it's easy to kill you. If anything, it's already done." Who is this nigga feeling like, bro? That nigga Code? What the fuck? We then see the Vortex Rasengan start to transfer from Boruto and surround Code's forearm. Code is then like, "What the fuck is this?" and is confused. Boruto tells him, "I'll tell you one more time, this is the final warning." Whew, he Code. Boruto then says, "Guide me to the 10 tails or just die already." Code says, "Don't make me laugh, Boruto. It can't be done." He attacks Boruto again and completely misses, but it doesn't look like Boruto moved at all. Code is confused again and tries to attack him one more time, which ends up in the same result. So now he's like, what the hell going on? He tries making sense of it all by attributing this ability to some sort of genjutsu, but before he could properly think, Boruto appears in front of him and strikes Code's stomach with his palm. In typical anime fashion, he says the name of his ability and sends Code flying in the air with his Vortex Rasengan. Surprisingly, Code looks fine after the attack is over, but as we learn later, the attack isn't meant to cause immense damage. We then cut to Ida and Daemon, who is talking about the current fight. Ida is surprised and says Boruto New's power is more than she thought. It's more than just a Rasengan. I wonder what the difference is. Daemon then says the rotation of Boruto Vortex is an attack that uses the rotation of a star. We then cut back to the fight and Boruto is surprised that Code is able to stand after being hit by the attack. And then we see from Code's perspective, it looks like he's surrounded by a vortex. Code again is confused like he's been through this entire fight, and it's like, what the hell is going on? Is this rotation? And falls to the ground. Code asks Boruto what he did, and Boruto explains to Code that Code can't break out of this attack. The chakra from the Rasengan incorporates rotation from that of a star. He can't stop this rotation, and now it's all over his body. The power will never go away. The damage lasts permanently, and before the stars start spinning, his life will end first. Bro, when did Boruto become this cold, bro? I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I keep on saying this, but that nigga cold as fuck now, bro. Code tries to get up and walk away and says clever imitation. Boruto then gives the option to Code that he can end his ability by offering the 10 tails to Boruto. Then Kawaki comes in like a dumbass and tries attacking Boruto, interrupting everything. Code ends up escaping via his creature. We then find out Boruto implanted a toad on Code and is actively communicating with the Code to figure out if the 10 tails have been spotted. We then see Bug, and it looks like that nigga is struggling. In the last page, we find out that the toad implanted on Code confirms the sighting of the 10 tails. The side panel says Boruto has defeated Code with the power of his overall ninjutsu. The two toads that follow him are ? And that's it. So now that I've talked about the leaks, let me explain to y'all exactly how Boruto's ability works. So Boruto's new powers basically allows him to have a mini vortex around his body. He's able to transfer this rotation to a certain body part of the enemy that comes in contact with Boruto. What exactly this does is unknown, but I would assume it weakens that certain body part. And like a vortex, when an enemy tries to attack Boruto, they get instantaneously rotated around Boruto. So essentially, Code really got rotated. What the fuck? It seems like Boruto can also use this to rotate himself around the enemy, which is how Boruto appeared in front of Code. We then learned the rotational strength of this vortex is like the rotation of a star, and this is emphasized multiple times. So let's talk about how fast and how strong that is. The rotation speed of a star can vary significantly depending on its mass, size, and stage of evolution. Stars are not solid bodies like planets, so the rotation is not uniform. So these statements could be in reference to the speed of the rotation or the amount of energy it would take for a star to rotate, or even both. But regardless, there are some general guidelines for the rotation speeds of different types of stars. For this ability, we're going to use the sun's stats to give us a range on this ability. To calculate the speed of the sun's rotation on its axis in miles per hour, we can use the following information: the sun's equilateral circumference and the sun's rotational period. Now we can calculate the speed of the sun's rotation. The sun's equatorial rotation speed is approximately 1,991.58 miles per hour. Keep in mind, this is an approximate value. The fastest rotational speeds among stars are typically found in neutron stars, which are the collapsed cores of massive stars after a supernova explosion. Neutron stars can rotate incredibly rapidly, and some of them are observed as pulsars, emitting beams of radiation as they spin. The rotational speed of pulsars can be extraordinarily high, 1,000 rotations per second, which is roughly 2,237 miles per hour. Now, how much energy does it take for the sun to rotate? The estimated rotational kinetic energy of the sun is approximately 2.314 times 10 to the 29 joules, which is around moon level. The energy required to rotate a star like the sun is minuscule compared to the energy needed to destroy it. Stars are held together by the balance of two fundamental forces: gravity, which is trying to collapse the star, and the energy generated by nuclear fusion in their cores. For our simplified average star with a mass of 1 solar mass and a radius similar to the sun and a rotational speed of 25 days, the estimated rotational kinetic energy is approximately 1.48 times 10 to the 34 joules. For our hypothetical supergiant star with a mass about 100 times that of the sun, our radius about 1,000 times that of the sun, and a rotation period of about 1 year, the estimated rotational kinetic energy is approximately 3.30 times 10 to the 38 joules. So you can get this feat anywhere from moon level to dwarf star and possibly higher depending on what calculations you want to use for the star. So in conclusion, Boruto was emitting moon to dwarf star levels of power just by activating this ability and keeping this vortex active, which is a pretty good feat if you ask me. So this feat really doesn't reach like the star to large star levels of power. As I said before, the rotation of the star takes a lot less energy than it does to destroy one. So I don't want y'all to run around the community saying, oh, he's star level to large star because of this feat, when that just blatantly a stretch, and you would have to do a lot of wanking and assumptions just to get to that level. And that's typically where I scale the verse without the use of utter disregard for the narrative and shit like that. So I think this is completely fine and consistent for the Boruto manga. With that being said, Boruto is also seen being able to transfer this vortex and embed it inside a enemy psyche, causing them to be in a constant state of rotation and have almost no sense of balance, which is insane to think about. So yeah, that's about it for this video. I hope I explained this ability well for y'all. If y'all want more Boruto content, let me know down below in the comments, and I'll definitely make more content on Boruto and even about Naruto and like crossfit scaling and all that shit. So just let me know. Obviously, when the official translations come out, we'll get more context and exactly what the ability is and what they're saying. So with that being said, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I will be dropping another video soon and try to be more consistent, and I'll see y'all later.